Week 5 NCAA playoff projections, key matchups and rankings to watch. As the 2023 college football season unfolds, anticipation builds around the college football playoff CFP bracket projections. With Week 5 on the horizon, fans, analysts, and teams alike are eager to see how the latest games impact the playoff landscape. This article delves into the key matchups to watch, potential rankings shifts, and what this means for the teams vying for a coveted spot in the playoffs. Duftar EC1, College Football Playoff Bracket Projections, What to Watch in Week 5. 2. Understanding the College Football Playoff System. A. Selection Criteria. 3. Key Matchups for Week 5. A. 1. Ohio State versus Maryland. B. 2. Alabama versus Texas A&M. C. 3. Georgia versus Auburn. 4. Potential ranking shifts. A. Impact of upsets. 5. Teams on the rise. A. Washington. B. Michigan. C. Florida State. 6. What to expect in the coming weeks. A. Importance of conference championships. 7. Conclusion. FAQs. Understanding the college football playoff system. Before diving into the Week 5 projections, it's essential to understand how the college football playoff system operates. The CFP consists of 4 teams selected by a committee based on their performance throughout the season. These teams are then placed in a bracket format, leading to the national championship game. Selection criteria. The committee considers several factors when selecting and ranking teams. Win-loss record. A team's overall performance is paramount. An undefeated record often guarantees a spot, while 2 or more losses can be detrimental. Strength of schedule. Competing against tough opponents can significantly bolster a team's standing. Wins against ranked teams can enhance a team's resume. Head-to-head results. Direct matchups between teams can influence rankings. For example, if 2 teams have similar records, the winner of their matchup often receives a higher ranking. Conference championships. Winning a conference title often weighs heavily in the selection process. A team that secures a conference championship is usually favored, especially in competitive conferences like the SEC and Big Ten. Key matchups for Week 5. Week 5 promises several thrilling matchups that could shake up the playoff picture. Here are some critical games to keep an eye on. 1. Ohio State versus Maryland. Ohio State, consistently a powerhouse in college football, faces off against Maryland in what could be a pivotal game for both teams. Ohio State's current ranking puts them in a favorable position for the playoffs, but a slip-up against Maryland could jeopardize their chances. Maryland, aiming for a breakout season, will look to capitalize on any mistakes by the Buckeyes. Player to watch. For Ohio State, quarterback Kyle McCord will be key in leading the offense against a Maryland defense that has shown vulnerability. For Maryland, quarterback Taulia Tagovailoa could be a game changer if he finds his rhythm early. Alabama versus Texas A&M. This matchup is not just a rivalry. It has significant playoff implications. Alabama is traditionally a strong contender, and a victory against Texas A&M would reinforce their status as a playoff favorite. Conversely, Texas A&M, needing a signature win, could use this opportunity to stake their claim in the national conversation. Key stats. Alabama's offensive line has been dominant, allowing only 5 sacks this season, while Texas A&M's defensive front will need to create pressure to disrupt Alabama's game plan. Georgia versus Auburn. The SEC clash between Georgia and Auburn is always a highly anticipated event. Georgia is coming in as a top-ranked team, and maintaining their dominance is crucial for their playoff ambitions. Auburn, however, has the talent to upset the Bulldogs, making this a must-watch game for playoff projections. Historical context. Historically, this matchup has produced close games, with the last 5 encounters resulting in an average margin of victory of just over 7 points. Potential ranking shifts. As teams battle it out in these crucial matchups, the rankings are likely to shift dramatically. A loss for a top-tier team could open the door for others, especially those in the top 10 looking to ascend the rankings. Impact of upsets. Historically, upsets have played a significant role in shaping the CFP landscape. For instance, If a lower-ranked team manages to defeat a top contender, it not only impacts the defeated team's standing, but also boosts the victor's resume. Example, in 2021, Texas A&M's victory over Alabama led to a significant shakeup in the rankings, illustrating how one upset can ripple throughout the playoff picture. Teams on the rise. Several teams are currently trending upwards and could find themselves in the playoff conversation if they continue on their winning ways. Washington, with a potent offense led by quarterback Michael Penix Jr. and a solid defense, Washington has shown they can compete with the best. Their performance in Week 5 against a formidable opponent will be a significant indicator of their playoff viability. Michigan. Michigan has been quietly effective this season. If they can maintain their momentum and secure a few more wins, they could easily find themselves in the top 4 of the rankings. Their matchup against a ranked opponent later this season could be a defining moment for their playoff chances. Florida State. Florida State has made a strong case for inclusion in the playoff discussions. Their upcoming games, particularly against conference rivals, will be crucial in determining whether they can sustain their success against tougher opponents. What to expect in the coming weeks. Following Week 5, the playoff picture will begin to clarify, but it will also continue to evolve. Teams will jockey for position, and every game will hold weight as the season progresses. Importance of conference championships. As the regular season ends, conference championships will play a crucial role in determining which teams make the playoff cut. Winning a conference title can be a definitive factor in securing a spot, especially for teams on the bubble. Teams like Alabama, Georgia, and Michigan will be keenly aware that their chances for a playoff berth may hinge on their performance in these critical games. Conclusion: Week 5 of the college football season is shaping up to be a pivotal moment in the quest for the college football playoff. With key matchups on the horizon, every game could have implications that reverberate through the rankings. As teams fight for their playoff lives, fans can expect thrilling football and plenty of surprises. FAQs. What criteria does the College Football Playoff Committee use to select teams? A. The committee considers win-loss records, strength of schedule, head-to-head results, and conference championships. Q. How many teams make it to the college football playoff? A. 4 teams are selected to compete in the playoff. Q. What happens if a top-ranked team loses? A. A loss can significantly impact their playoff positioning and open the door for other teams to move up in the rankings. Q. Are conference championships important for playoff selection? A. Yes, winning a conference championship can bolster a team's chances of being selected for the playoff. Q. How often do upsets affect the playoff picture? A. Upsets can heavily influence playoff projections and rankings, often leading to shifts in which teams are considered top contenders. Q. How does the CFP committee evaluate head-to-head results? A. Head-to-head results are considered especially when teams have similar records, and one team's victory over another can serve as a tiebreaker in the rankings.